Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Michael Dynie and thank you for joining me for another Hatha yoga class. We'll need 2 blocks as well as a yoga strap. And we'll actually start practice in a sitting position today. So if you have trouble slumping, that's not a big deal, that's fine. But if you do have props around, you might consider putting a yoga block underneath your pelvis. We call it the sit bones in yoga. So it's like the bottom part of your pelvis, there's this sort of pointed area, and then if you can root that down, that can create a rebounding force of the rest of the spine. And then this also makes it easier for the knees to go down if your hips are tight, helping us to relax around the hip flexors, the creases. So with your hands on your lap now, we'll connect in with the breath. Place your hands on your belly. And then as you breathe in, see if you can feel the belly expanding against the hands. Doesn't have to be a lot of movement, but a little bit of expansion forward is good. And then exhaling, the abdominals can contract a little bit, helping the ribs move in towards the center. And take your hands a little bit further apart. Again, inhale. Again, maybe you can feel the belly and even the sides of the belly expanding. And then slow exhale. A few more breaths like that. Gently constrict in the back of the throat, creating this really soft ocean-like sound. And then take your hands as far apart as you can, feeling the sides of the belly more. Chest open. One more breath in. Think of gently tensioning your core even as you breathe in. So this will encourage the belly to expand a little bit less and draw that expansion more laterally out to the sides. And now with your hands resting on your lap, take an exhale to round your back, bring the shoulders forward and lower your chin. As you inhale, push down through the sitting bones and start to lengthen up through the spine, vertebra by vertebra. On your exhale, take the shoulders forward, tuck the chin slowly, round the back. And then inhale, slowly roll up through your vertebra. And do a few more at your own pace. And on your next exhale, lean back a little bit more. Bring your hands towards your knees. Inhale, come forwards over one knee and then the other. And as you exhale, lean back, tucking the chin. As you inhale forwards, you're welcome to lift the chin, stretching the throat. Exhale to lean back. And a few more circles. And then change directions. And we'll come up to center. And then take a breath in, spread the arms like wings. As you exhale, bring your fingertips closer to your collarbones. So we're going to reach the fingertips towards the collarbones. Take another breath in. And then exhale, press your right shoulder forward, twisting to look over the left. Inhale up to center. Other side, exhale, left shoulder forward, strong in the left side of the core. Inhale, center. Exhale, press from the shoulder. Contract the right side of the core, the obliques. Inhale, center. And other side, exhale, left side of the core strong. I'll do a few more at your own pace. Now, next time the right shoulder presses forward, you can take your right hand to the outside of your thigh and then reach the left arm back behind you, opening the chest. A few more breaths in the twist. Try to shorten the right side of your spine and lift that top arm closer to the ear. So now you might feel a stretch in the left side of the spine a little bit more, going all the way up to the left armpit, the lat. And then moving from the core, inhale, come up. Fingertips to collarbones. Exhale, press your left shoulder forward, and then take the left hand outside your knee. Reach the right arm straight back, and breathe. Try to breathe into the right side of your belly, all the way up to the chest. And then lift the right arm by the ear. Continue engaging the left side of the core. And then start to shorten the left side body a little bit more as you reach that top arm by the ear. One more breath. And come back to center. Great. Then roll the shoulders up and back. Big circles in the shoulders. Shoulders forwards, up to the ears, back, and then down. Forward, up, back, and down. Big circles. And then take your right arm behind your back and bring your left ear down to your shoulder, stretching through the right side of the neck. Explore lowering the chin, and then bring it out to the left shoulder slightly, just making little movements. And then switch. Take your left arm behind the back. You can hold the back of the shirt or maybe even hold near the right hip. And then bring your right ear down to your right shoulder, stretching the left side of the neck. Draw the shoulder away from the ear and explore making little movements, lifting and lowering the chin. And then letting go. Press the backs of the hands into each other, circling the wrists. And shake them out. Take the hands forward now. We'll move into table position. So pressing into your hands, spread your shoulder blades wide and engage your core. And then relax the effort. Try to keep the arms straight as your shoulder blades go closer together. And then push through your hands, spreading the shoulder blades apart. Strong in the core. Shoulder blades closer. And then pushing through, spread the shoulder blades. And then continue exploring that movement, retracting and protracting the scapula. And then pushing through your hands, protract the scapula, and try moving your knees a little bit further back. Take a breath in. As you exhale, sit back towards your feet. Inhale, come forward, shoulders over the hands, strong core. Exhale, sitting back again. And repeat that. As you come forward, you can let the hips drop a little, but keep the core strong to slow the movement. And then again, draw the hips back. A few more at your own pace. And then sit back towards your heels for puppy stretch. Keep the shoulder blades spread, arms straight. Option 2, give the wrists a break by coming onto your forearms, bringing the head closer to the floor in that variation. And we'll take about 5 long, slow breaths. And then walk the hands in. Come into a toe squat, sitting on your heels. And we'll shake the wrists out. Bring the hands to the floor again. Point the feet, placing the tops of the feet on the floor. And we'll bring the big toes to touch. Pushing through your hands, take an inhale to lift the right arm up. Open the chest. Take an exhale to thread the needle, reaching through the arm and knee. Inhale, lift the right arm up, open your chest. Exhale, thread the needle. And continue exploring at your own pace. And thread the needle. We'll reach the right arm way out to the left and hold the pose. Lean forward a little bit into your right shoulder. Your left hand can continue supporting you next to the head. There is also the option of walking the left hand further forward towards the overhead range. In that pose, you might explore going onto the tips of your left fingers, lifting the palm. And exhale, come back. Take your left hand next to your head. Inhale, right arm up to the sky. Make some big circles in the shoulder, back by the hip, forwards by the ear. And then reaching forwards by the ear, pause there and breathe. Extra strong in the left side of the core, helping the right chest twist open. Try to send the breath through your right side, breathing into the stretch. And exhale down, right hand down. Inhale, left arm up to the sky, open your chest. Exhale, thread the needle, reaching through the arm. Inhale, left arm up, open chest. Exhale, threading through. And continue, moving with your breath. And the more the heart comes forward as you thread through, the harder it's going to be. And last one. And then thread the needle on the exhale, reach through, and we'll hold the posture for a while. So you can lean forward a little bit into the shoulder, right hand next to the head, or walk it further forward. Going on to the tips of the right fingers in that variation, lift the palm, and keep using the left side of the core strongly to help turn the chest open to the sky. You can also use the strength of the left shoulder engaging by pressing the back of that left hand into the ground. The actual shoulder muscle, the delt, is active. And then bring the right hand next to the head. Inhale, left arm up to the sky. Open your chest and make some big circles with that left shoulder. Explore. It's an excellent movement for training good scapulohumeral rhythm. And then reaching forwards by the ear, pause there. You can allow the left shoulder to lift to the ear, and then keep using the core of the body. Right side of the core helps with the twist. Other parts of the core are helping to draw the front ribs in to relax and lengthen through the low back, getting us out of low back compression. 2 more breaths. And exhale, lowering the left hand down. Very good. And now from table position, bring both of your feet off to the left side. So your left foot's going to come off the mat. Stack your right leg on top, straightening it. And then try to press the sole of the right foot into the floor. Lift that right arm up to the sky and breathe. At first, focus on stacking the shoulders and broadening across the collarbones. It helps to scrub the left hand outwards a little bit, externally rotating that left shoulder. If that's feeling really good, just breathe with it or start to open up a little bit more like a back bend. Opening the right chest. And then slowly bring your right hand down. Coming back to that table position, take both feet off to the right. Left leg straightens, stacking legs, stack the left shoulder, and open up. Externally rotate that right shoulder by scrubbing the right hand outwards. So that might mean the index finger is aiming towards the front of the mat more. And breathe. Try to stay connected to the hip extensors. So those muscles include both the glutes as well as the hamstrings. And we use them to support the lower back. They also help stretch the front of the hip and give stability to the posture. One more breath. And long exhale, come back. Table position. So find your neutral spine, tensioning the core. Push strong into your left hand. And with an inhale, bring the left leg straight back, right arm straight ahead. Exhale, elbow and knee towards each other. Again, inhale, arm and leg reaching. Exhale, elbow, knee, spine neutral, or explore rounding the back if that feels good. And then inhale, stay with the core as you reach. Exhale, elbow, knee. Remember your options. 3 more to go. Last one. And we'll hang out there. 5 breath. Strong in the upper palm knuckles. Strong in the buttocks. Strong in the core. And exhale, back to table. Inhale, right leg back. Strong in the whole hand. Left arm forward. Exhale, elbow and knee towards each other. Again, inhale, reaching. Exhale, neutral spine or round it in. And keep on exploring. Toes spreading, fingers spreading. Buttocks strong, especially in that right leg. And then next, reach, hold the pose, and breathe, strong in the upper palm. Strong in the core and glutes. And exhale, back to center, table position. Very good. And now we'll move the knees further back. Take a breath in. Exhale, come all the way down onto your belly, Sphinx pose. So moving the spine into more extension, you can take the elbows forward. If you feel any pinching in your low back, take the elbows further forward, letting the heart drop a little bit more. And then breathe. Expand the belly into the ground. And then one at a time, bring the hands back to where the elbows were, and take your hands out a little bit wider as well. With an inhale, lift the shoulders away from the floor, looping them up and back. And exhale, slowly come all the way down. Inhale, loop the shoulders up and back. Pull back with your hands. Exhale, lower, and then keep on going. Bring the hands back another inch towards your hips with each repetition. And then try doing this on your fingertips. Keep going back an inch with each rep. And you're welcome to add lifting the legs, bending the knees. So everything comes up on the in-breath. And then everything comes down on the exhale. And then we'll hold the next one 5 breaths. Squeeze the inner heels. Attempt to lift the knees, activating the glutes, activating the inner thighs. If your back hurts, try lifting the hands off of the floor instead. This is going to oblige the upper back to get a bit more involved than it might otherwise. One more breath. Exhale down. And then bring your left hand a little bit further off to the left side. You can shift the body over to the right. And with the elbow bent, push gently into your left palm and roll over onto your left side. Bring the foot behind you so you can bend the right knee. Explore stretching into the left chest. Deep breath into the belly. And send that deep breath all the way up to the chest, collarbones. Notice the areas that may feel tight from other things you've been doing lately. Tight is not a bad thing at all. It's just a sensation. Keeps the practice interesting. So try to breathe into that tightness. Good. One more breath. Inhale back to center. And we move the whole torso over towards that left side, just so there's lots of room. And bring your right arm out like a cactus branch. Roll over, gently pressing the right hand down. You can take your top foot behind you again. And breathe, relaxing the head down. Open up the right chest. Look for a point of stillness. So we're regulating the effort to find a position we can comfortably stay in, maintaining a consistent effort in the body, consistent attention to the breath. One more breath. And inhale back to center. Bring your hands into your sacrum, center yourself on the mat, and then interlace the fingers behind the back, or you can take a strap in between the hands, holding the strap loosely. So we'll squeeze the legs together, activating inner thighs. Lift the shoulders away from the floor, squeezing shoulder blades. And with an inhale, lift everything up. Try to keep your legs straight as they lift. And breathe. If you're using a strap, try to pull the strap apart. It's going to help activate the delts, abducting the shoulders. Open the chest. And exhale down. And set the strap aside. So reach your right arm forwards. I'm going to bring my right elbow near the front right corner of the mat. And there's options. You could be resting the head on the arm. Next phase is use the hand to support the head. And then stacking the legs, we'll bring the knees forward. Ankles stacked, knees stacked. This one's called the Clam Shell. So as you exhale, tension the core, lift your left knee. Inhale, bring it down. Keep the inner edges of the feet together. Exhale, lift the knee. Just the inner edges is good. Inhale, bring it down. Yeah, so feet together the whole time. It's the inner edges. And this way, we're externally rotating the hip as it abducts. That's it. We'll do 10 in total. It's one of those seemingly simple exercises that eventually gets hard. Just keep on doing it. Good, one more repetition. So exhale to lift that knee and then pause there. Good, now lift the knee even higher so that the foot comes off of the other foot. Lift the whole leg, but keep leading from the knee joint. We'll take 5 breaths here. That's already 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring it down. And then switch sides. So we'll take the left arm forward. Bring the elbow near the front left corner of the mat so it's away from the midline a little. And then either rest your head on your bicep or support the head on the left palm if you can. Bring the knees forward. And then with an exhale, lift the right knee. Keep the inner edges of feet touching. Inhale, bring it down 10 times. Exhale, abducting that right hip. Squeeze the glutes. Inhale, bring it down. And keep on going. Moving on the breath. Find those short pauses at the ends of the movements. Three more to go. And then lift the knee. Pause at the top of the movement and lift the whole leg to the sky. Lifting the right foot. Keep leading from the knee. 5 breaths, that's already 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly bring it down. Come back to center. Cobra pose. So hands by low ribs, bring your heels together, knees apart. Inhale, lift the knees, engaging the buttocks. Lift the heads of the shoulders, and take 5 breaths, holding the posture. You can pull back with your hands. You can also press into them. And exhale down. Pushing up onto the knees, strong in the core of the body. Puppy stretch. So we can take the hands further forward. Try it with straight arms. And then engaging the core, front ribs move in. Tuck your chin a little. And aim the top of the head or forehead towards the floor. Keep the arms straight. And then lifting your head, walk the hands in closer. And then we'll push up into ragdoll position. So you can lift your hips up. And step your feet a little closer. Bend your knees and hold on to opposite elbows. Big bend of the knees so the ribs are close to the thighs. Belly relaxed. And gently sway from side to side. Use the bend of the knees to support the spine and to cultivate a hip hinge. And then bending your knees, let go of your elbows. Lift the heart, start to roll up slowly through the spine. And we'll meet in mountain pose. So feel free to use a wall for support. Standing on your left foot, bring your right leg up. And then press that knee out to the right. Press the heel back, and then move through center, lifting the knee out to the side. Press the heel back, pass through center, lift the knee. Keep on going at your own pace. And so we're trying to activate those abductor muscles, just like in the clam shell. And then the hip extensors as we press the heel back, just like bird dog. And then bring the knee out to the right and hold it with your right hand. To help with the balance, I'm using the wall, but you could reach the left arm out to the side instead. And you're going to pull up on that knee as high as you can. 3 more breaths. Strong core, hands-free mode. See how much you can straighten that leg. And bring it down. Very good. Whew, other side. So feel free to use the wall with your right hand, standing on the right foot. Lift your left knee. Press it out to the side, abducting the hip. Push your heel back for hip extension. And then pass through the midline. Knee lifts again, hip flexion, abduction with external rotation, hip extension, and then hugging in, adduction. Exploring the range. Using the buttocks. And this act of flexing the hip, abducting it, and then extending, all these different movements that we're doing, they form the foundation of so many yoga postures. And usually if someone's having trouble with one of these poses, they need to start by looking at what's going on around the hip joint and the pelvis, because that's going to dictate what happens further up the body. Usually it's this kind of strengthening work. So we'll lift that left knee out to the side, hold the knee with your left hand, and lift it as high as you can, using the wall or reaching your right arm out as a counterbalance. So we're drawing the knee away from the midline a little, outside the shoulder. 3 more breaths. Good. 1 more breath. Exhale, really strong core. Hold your knee in place, and then see how much you can straighten it. And relax down. Very good. Wow, that was tough. I felt that one. Good. So we'll stand near the top of the mat now. Bend both knees. And then step your right foot back, pivoting that back foot flat. Inhale, lift your arms up, warrior 1. Exhale, cactus arms, hinge forward over your leg. Try to keep your back straight. Inhale, come up, warrior 1, straighten the arms. And repeat 5 more times. Exhale, cactus, straight spine, hinging at the hip. Loading up the glute. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, hinging. Strong in the left buttock. Inhale, come up. Lift the arms. 2 more times. And then cactus arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Try to press your fists away from the floor. And hold the posture. Extra challenge. Straighten the arms out to the sides like wings. Thumbs up. Tuck the chin. Back of the neck long. And inhale. Come all the way up. Exhale. Relax. And step forward. Now let's take a moment, connect in with the feet. Bend your knees. Left foot steps back, flattening the back foot. Inhale, lift the arms up, totally straight. Exhale, cactus arms, hinging over your front leg. And 5 more times. Inhale, come up, straight arms. Exhale, hinging. And then keep on going, keeping the bend of the front knee the whole time. And spread the toes and root them down, creating a broad surface area to distribute the stresses of this posture. Loading up the whole foot. 2 more to go. And last one, cactus arms, hinging over the leg as far as you can. Tuck the chin. Extra challenge, straighten the arms out to the sides and breathe, gazing down your nose. And inhale all the way up. And exhale, stepping forwards. Now feel free to take a yoga block with you. I'm going to keep one at one side of the mat and the other at the other side. And then standing in the middle of the mat, we'll bring the feet apart about 4 to 5 feet. Inhale, spread the arms like wings. Exhale, turn the left foot out, warrior two stance. Bend the left knee. Take your forearm to your thigh. Option 2, take your left hand to a yoga block. And if you place the block inside your foot, it'll help ensure that your knee presses out to the little toe. But it's totally fine to have the block outside the foot as well. Okay, and then we'll make some circles with that top arm, forwards by the ear, back by the hip. Big circular movements. And then bring the arm behind the back. So maybe it's near the sacrum, maybe it's holding the front thigh. And then draw your shoulders away from your ears and relax your head down. Left ear to the shoulder. Invite a stretch through the right side of the neck. You're welcome to lift and lower the chin a little. Explore. And then pause at a sweet spot. 3 more breaths. And inhale to come up. Parallel feet. Exhale, left foot in, right foot out for the other side. And take a breath in, bending that knee. Exhale, forearm to thigh, or take the hand to the yoga prop on either side of the foot, intending your knee towards your little toe. Big circles with the top shoulder. Scapulohumeral rhythm training. Shoulder blade spreads as the arm goes overhead, and then the shoulder blade retracts as we go out to the side and down. And then next time the arm comes behind you, you can take your left hand towards the right thigh. Wherever it ends up is perfect. Draw the shoulders away from the ears and bring your right ear down to your shoulder. And you can explore little movements, lifting and lowering the chin, stretching the left side of the neck a little. And pause at a sweet spot. We'll take 3 more breaths. And exhale, let go of the arms. Inhale up to warrior two. Turn your feet parallel. Exhale, bring the hands down. You can take yoga blocks underneath them. Hands about shoulder width apart. Inhale, push into your palms. Lift your heart halfway. Find a straight spine. And then draw the heart forwards and breathe. Engage the quadriceps. Think of drawing the inner thighs back, using the inward spin of the legs. Cue for that is to scrub your heels away from each other. So that encourages that internal rotation of the thighs to help the buttocks lift and keep the back straight. And then engage your quadriceps, a few more breaths. This can help send the stretch away from the sitting bones and more into the belly of the hamstrings. Away from the attachment points and more to those broader, thicker spaces. So the stretch is more like a thick stretch diffused across a large surface area, avoiding a sensation that's sharp and pointed around the joint. And take another breath in. As you exhale, fold forward. Start to slowly bend your elbows. Pause at any moment. You're welcome to tuck in the chin. This will help with regulating your breath. And if it feels comfortable to bring the hands to the floor, go ahead. Over time, bringing the hands in line with the feet. Three more breaths. Inhale halfway up. You can use the blocks again. Exhale, pause there. Bring the heels in towards each other, turning the feet out. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bend your left leg, right leg straightening. Inhale across center and switch. Exhale, right leg bending. Lift the ball of your left foot. Inhale across center, keep on going. Exhale, flexing right toes to shin. And keep on going. If you're feeling looser, you can take the hands to the floor instead, and then bend even more into your knee joints. Going into a full knee flexion, full squat, if that's comfortable and available to you. And then we'll bend into that left leg, straightening the right leg, and pause there. So maybe you're staying up high, that's totally fine. Maybe you're able to sit a little bit lower. And if you prefer to have some support underneath the buttocks, go ahead and take 1 or 2 blocks underneath your buttocks, totally optional. And just notice where you feel the posture. Exhale to look down. Inhale, push into your left heel to come up. We'll turn to the other side. Exhale, pivot the right foot out, bend the right knee, left leg straightening, turning the left hip out. Again, you can use your hands for support. There's also the option to sit back on the blocks. And 3 more breaths. On your exhale, look down. Inhale to center. Exhale, walk the feet in closer, so they're just a little bit wider than hip width. And then bend your knees and bring your forearms to your thighs. Camper's squat. This is really great for roasting marshmallows around the fire. And then see how low you can comfortably sit. Keep pushing your forearms and thighs against each other. It's going to help activate the muscles underneath the armpits, your shoulder depressors. So get the lats, the pecs. You might even feel your serratus activating as you push your arms forward. Good, now squeezing the buttocks, bring your arms out like wings. And then very slowly come up to standing, moving from the core. And relax down. Take a few moments to feel the residue. And we'll turn to the front of the mat. You can place 1 block on either side of you. Let's do a couple more poses and then relax. So standing with the feet about hip width or wider. Bend your knees like a squat again. Take the shoulders forward. And then as you lean more over your right heel, pick up your left heel. Good. And then tap the left toes back and step the left foot forward. Tap the left toes back and step the left foot forward. Try to be still in the upper body. 3 more to go. And then once more, come into a lunge on your left toes, letting the heart move back over the pelvis now. Feet about hip width. Good. And with an inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, bend your back leg and twist, turning to the right. Inhale, coming up. Again, exhale, bend the back leg, twisting to the right. 3 more to go. Contracting the buttocks right before you come up. Last one. So we'll twist, and then slowly take your left hand down to a yoga block, right arm up to the sky, and breathe, turning your right chest open. And exhale, look down, lower your hand. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, step forward, mountain pose. Take a moment. And then bend your knees. So lean the weight of the body over your left foot. Pick up your right heel, and then tap it back, and step it forward. Tap it back, try to keep the upper body still, and take it forward. I'm a little bit more unstable on this side myself. So it's natural to have a little bit of movement, but try to limit it. Good, and we'll step back. You can press down through the base of your right toes and straighten your front leg a little more. Inhale, lift the arms, high lunge, feet about hip width. Exhale, bend the back leg and twist to the left. Inhale to come up. And exhale, twisting, bending the back leg to your own comfortable degree. Strong in the left buttock, inhale up. Twist, exhale. 2 more times. Last one. Bending to your own comfortable degree. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. And then take your right hand down to a yoga block underneath the shoulder. Push down through that hand. Strong in the right side of the core. Twisting to the left. Exhale, look down, lower your left hand, and then engaging that left buttock, inhale, rise up all the way. Exhale, step forward. Whew. And we'll take the feet about hip width or so, hands to your waist. Exhale to bend your knees a little. Inhale, roll the shoulders up and back, slowly straighten the legs, spread the toes. Exhale, hinge from the hip, bending your knees to keep your back straight. Hold on to your shins or hook your big toes. Inhale, lift the heart halfway, and then see how much you can comfortably straighten the legs. And we'll take 5 breaths there. Engaging the quadriceps. If your legs are quite straight, explore leaning forward into the balls of the feet. Try spreading the toes and rooting them all down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bend your knees, bringing the hands to the floor. And we'll bring the legs out in front. So you can take a yoga strap around your right foot. And then we'll make our way onto our backs, keeping the left leg bent, heel near the buttock. Straighten the right leg up to the sky. And then go ahead and pull back on that strap, stretching into the hamstring. You can also make some movements with your ankle, stretching it out. And find what feels right there. If you'd like an extra challenge, straighten your left leg onto the mat, rooting the heel. So that challenges the flexibility, but you can also use it to challenge your strength by keeping the left leg totally still and opening the right leg out to the side. So for those of you with the left knee bent, you'll actually press your left knee out to the left side as your straight leg opens to the right. And then come back to center and do that a few times. And then what these 2 techniques have in common is keeping the pelvis still, so the movement's coming from the hip joint, particularly the right hip. The pelvis doesn't move, but instead it's the femur moving in the hip socket. And then opening to the right side, we'll hold the posture. Turn your head to look over the left shoulder. And breathe for 5. Inhale back to center. Take that strap with your left hand, bend your left leg, and as you push into your left foot, move the pelvis all the way over to the right side of the mat. On a long exhale, bring your legs over to the left. Again, stretching into the right hamstring. You may also feel the stretch in the outside of your hip. Maybe you feel it in the side of the belly or the chest. You may feel any combination of those sensations in the pose. And take some deep breath into your belly. One more breath. And then slowly let go of the stretch, bend your knee, remove the strap, and come back to the center. Just take a moment to recoup. And then bring the strap around your left foot. Straighten the left leg up to the sky. You can pull back, stretching into the calf and hamstring. Feel free to move the ankle from side to side as well. Anything goes. And if you are feeling quite flexible, go ahead and straighten your right leg onto the mat. Otherwise, keep that right heel near the sitting bone. So a few more breaths. Spread the left toes. Engage the quadriceps. If your right leg is straight, anchor down through the right heel, firming the buttock and the whole leg. And then open to the left on an exhale. Try to keep the pelvis level, opening up the bent knee. Inhale, center. Again, exhale to the left. Inhale, center. And find what feels right for you. This is more about listening in words than anything. Don't worry about what it looks like, just feel it out internally. And then opening to the left side, we'll hold the pose for 5 slow breaths. Constricting the throat gently, find your ocean sound to regulate the breath. And notice the vibration pattern of that technique, the way it vibrates calmly in the nervous system. It's going to have a really great impact on the nervous system and help to calm the mind. Inhale back to center, taking the strap with the right hand. Bend your right knee and push off the foot to move the pelvis over to your left. And then twisting, exhale both legs over to the right. You can pull back on the strap, suck in the low belly to help create more length through your low back. And on one hand, we can pull back, bringing the leg towards the floor. Tension the right side of the core strongly. On the other hand, try to turn the chest to the left. So you have this opposition to work with, which really comes from the core and the shoulder working together. Activating the right deltoid, right shoulder. A few more breaths. Long, slow breath.
If it's feeling pretty good, you're welcome to pull back a little more in the strap, approaching it with sensitivity, non-attachment to the end result. And then bending the knee, let go of the stretch. Come back to the center. Center your pelvis, take the feet hip width, and windshield wiper the legs side to side. Keeping the feet wide apart, let the knees go side to side. And then coming back to the center, set up your feet like a bridge pose. And with an inhale, lift the hips, keeping the legs parallel. And then slide a yoga block underneath your sacrum, that triangular bone at the top of the buttock region, near the back of the pant line, just below it. So you're going horizontally across that space. There's lots of support. And then draw your right leg up to the sky. Start with the knee bent. And then straighten your left leg towards the front of the mat, rooting down through your left heel. You can keep your right leg bent and pull back on it as an option. There's also the option to stick with hands-free mode and even try straightening the right leg up to the sky. And we'll take about 5 breaths there. Just enough tension in the core and tucking of the tailbone to create length through the front of that left hip. Two more breaths. And exhale, bend the knee, lower the right foot. Bring the left knee in towards the shoulder. Straighten the right leg towards the front of the mat, rooting the heel down. And you can hang out here. Maybe you use your hands to pull back on the left knee. Maybe you do hands-free mode and even explore straightening left leg towards the sky. 5 breaths. Slow the breath down. And exhale, bend the knee. Straighten both legs towards the corners of the mat. 5 more breaths. Allow your feet to turn out. Allow the hips to turn out. And tension the core, drawing the front ribs in. And 3 more deep, calm breaths. And allow that breath to flow all the way from the belly up to the heart. And you're welcome to stay on the block for Shavasana if you're feeling really comfortable, letting go of the effort. Otherwise, we'll bend the knees like bridge, legs parallel. Take the heels a little wider to lift your hips. And then removing the blocks, exhale down. Make any last movements before Shavasana. Maybe it's hugging the knees into the chest, giving them a good squeeze. and then let go into Shavasana, corpse pose. Stretching the feet towards the corners of the mat. And as far as I know, this was only regarded as a posture until more modern times, like 600 years ago. In the Hatha Pradipika. Before that, it was a guarded secret, a great meditation technique for dissolving any sense of the physical body. Soften the shoulders down the back and scoop the tail to make your spine really comfortable. And then let it go. Allow the forehead to relax, jaw. Relax the throat, letting go of any breathing technique at all. You're even welcome to let the mouth fall open, just to fully relax the jaw and release the palate. It's just like a sense of in the back of the throat. can start to come back to the body, wiggling toes and fingers. Take some deep breath into the belly. And if you drifted off into sleep, that's normal. I find a really good Shavasana is somewhere in between being present and being asleep. It's like a different state. And then with an inhale, stretch the arms back overhead, point the feet, and take a long exhalation there, drawing the ribs in. Again, long inhalation, softening the belly now. And exhale from the core. Wrap your arms around your knees. Give yourself a big hug. Or give yourself a big pug. Where's our big pug anyway? Can you set him free? I think my pug might make a short appearance. I sure hope he will. And then roll over to one side. Resting your head on your arm. Take a moment for gratitude. It's one of the best practices from yoga we can do. And then help yourself up to a comfortable seat. Hey, Bubs. Come here, buddy. Come here. And thank you very much for practicing today. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Peace, everyone. Thank you for doing this thing that makes us all a little bit nicer. That's what the world needs right now, is everyone to be really nice. Thank you.